Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Preservice Chat. Alan, it's great to have you with us this morning.
It's great to be here.
Now, what you guys don't realize is that Alan is Kim's brother.
Yeah, younger brother.
Yeah, oh, younger. You got to add that.
You got to add that,
nice,
yeah.
Nice. I know I'm supposed to talk to you about Inter-Varsity Christian Fellowship. Where I'd really like to go is to get some scoop on Kim. Okay, maybe we'll do that after camera.
Yeah, after.
Okay, all right, cool. Alan is working with Inter-Varsity Christian Fellowship. Mm-hmm. Maybe tell us a little bit about that for those of us who aren't aware.
Yeah, so Inter-Varsity Christian Fellowship is a campus ministry. We've been around for 80 or 90 years, and so we work with youth, faculty, and students, all the way from ages like 5 upwards, on university and campuses across Canada, as well as on 9 camps and ranches across Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Inter-Varsity has horses in Alberta, and so.
Oh,
yeah.
Shyla, don't be listening. Shyla's on staff. She loves horses. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Inter-Varsity Christian Fellowship. You mentioned campuses, and then you mentioned quite an age range. So,
yeah.
The ministry is quite vast. I'm
vast.
Guessing.
Yeah.
You've been here in Victoria for 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. Yep.
Are you finding your way? Are you figuring it out?
Well. Today I got lost on the transit, and yesterday I got lost on the transit. But that's my life. I get lost when I travel, so I'll get here.
All right.
I'm beginning to feel settled.
If you've got a smartphone, there's a little thing in there called, Google Maps.
I'm probably the only millennial who's horrible at technology.
Okay. All right. So you're here in Victoria. You've been here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what campus or campuses, I don't know exactly, that you're going to be working with?
Yeah, so previously to this year, I was working both with the fellowship at Simon Fraser University on the Lower Mainland and the University of Victoria. Okay. This year, I'm just working with the University of Victoria. Okay. But me and my colleague Terry, who's come with me from Prince George, we're really praying for not just UVic, but Camosun, Royal Roads, and some of the other colleges and universities on Vancouver Island. We're really holding quite a wide, expansive vision. We're really excited to be here and partner with the Inter-Varsity camp on Thetis Island, Pioneer Pacific Camp.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
we're dreaming big.
Yeah.
But starting with UVic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what would your role be? You've probably got a job description, but just sort of give us a little bit of a picture of what maybe a couple of days or a week might look like in the life of Alan.
Yeah, no, that's great. Right from the start, Inter-Varsity has been highly student-driven.
Okay.
So Inter-Varsity staff, one of our passions really is to working with students to help them formulate vision for their campus. So most of my life is working with student leaders and providing discipleship with them, as well as doing my own missional work of connecting with new students on campus. So my life can look quite different day to day. The part of my job I love most is the parts where I just get to take students out for food or coffee and have long, deep conversations about life, culture, and faith and what God is doing on the university campus.
Wow.
But sometimes my job looks like going to UVic Vikes games and watching parachuters drop on soccer fields. So every day is kind of somewhere between a Bible study, a coffee meeting, and parachuters.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So I know there's maybe some people wondering a little bit earlier, because you said, I think 5-year-old all the way up.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued how a 5-year-old, is that a part of a family? Are there some students who are married with kids kind of idea? Is that
yeah.
Okay.
So my job particularly is just to work with university students.
Okay.
But the wider Inter-Varsity movement on our day camps, we do week-long and long camps for kids of various ages, as well as family camps. Okay. So some of those week-long camps, are like 5 to 6 years old. Some of them are more high school students.
Yeah.
But they're really beautiful places. It's one of the things I actually love about Inter-Varsity. Sometimes campus ministry, we can get kind of really narrow focused on 4 years of university. And one of the things I love about Inter-Varsity is we're thinking through some of the different transitions through different age brackets and trying to figure out, okay, how do you help youth navigate and walk with God and walk in community through some of those transition periods of their life.
Yeah. Well, you're meeting them at a significant season. There's no doubt about it. I'm a part of a prayer team on Monday mornings, and one of our prayers is for university students, because that's such a challenging time where they are challenging and being challenged about sort of their, I suppose, worldview. And
totally. Yeah, all the big questions of like, who am I going to be? Like, what is my lifestyle going to look like? How am I going to spend my time? What do I want the rest of my life to look like? All those big existential questions kind of are in a big soup of students asking and trying to figure that out. And I love jumping into it. Those are the conversations I love.
That's awesome.
They're big picture and expansive.
So as a worker with what is it? IVCF. All of a sudden, I was confused there for a moment.
That's okay.
How do you connect, or is it a challenge to connect with churches? Like, how do you do that? I know like Emmanuel's right across the street from UVic and all. Is there anything that we can be doing? How we can be praying, helping, in a ministry like that?
Yeah, that's really great. I think church partnerships is one of the areas where like InterVarsity is growing, and it's been really beautiful to watch it grow in the last few years, of what that can look like. And so I think we're dreaming about what that can look like. I've seen it done really well, and I've seen it done really horribly.
Right.
I think one of the spaces that I've seen it done really beautiful is like church and campus ministry, is when the church brings the gift of intergenerational community.
Okay.
And when they bring that into campus ministry space, and we get to bring some of our understanding of like what it looks like to dive deep into a certain context.
Okay.
And so
when I hear you say intergenerational ministry, did any of you hear him say old people? That's just sort of what I heard when you said intergenerational.
Yeah. No, I mean like kids and
Okay. So what is that?
And families and
Okay. So I'm intrigued. What does that practically look like?
So one of the churches I went to when I was a student leader, I was involved in InterVarsity as a student. I met God pretty profoundly while I was a student. But one of the really beautiful places where I also met God was through my church community, which had this really cool program where families would adopt students.
Okay. Yep.
And like would drop off baked goods and chocolate and Tim Horton gift cards to us while we were in deep studying.
Yep.
And there's this just really beautiful like family away from family that the church provided for us as students, cool, that the InterVarsity community could kind of provide, but it was a different kind of family.
Yeah, so. Yeah. You've got a family sort of on campus with InterVarsity, but okay. Oh, cool.
So really beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So as you were starting this ministry, I guess you mentioned you were doing it before from the Lower Mainland. That must have been a challenge. What are you excited about being able to bring to the ministry now that you're full-time in Victoria? How do you sort of see that ramping up a little bit, I guess?
Yeah, I think some of the ability to be in long-term relationship with students. I think there's a beautiful in getting to live the missionary life, and you drop by and you bring the gifts that you bring while you're dropping by for a few students. But to actually be invested in the university systems and structures, and for students to know that you're in town, there's certain things that allows me to serve and care for students that I can't do traveling.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
Because whether you like it or not, you're a Victorian now.
Totally, yeah.
This is home.
This is home now.
Yeah. So do you find, is there opportunity to interact with staff and faculty?
Absolutely, yeah. InterVarsity in the past has actually had quite a thriving faculty ministry. So as I'm coming here and being on campus long term, I'm really excited to connect more with faculty. There's one or two that I know already, but I'm excited to become a part of the regular multi-faith center. And yeah, if you are faculty at UVic or Camosun, like I would love to take you out for coffee and meet you.
Yeah.
And hear your story.
So, Alan, what are some of the prayer requests, maybe needs that you have? Mm-hmm. How could we all of a sudden connect with you? What would that look like?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so you can definitely be praying as we are navigating COVID restrictions on campus. Yeah. We're trying to be good partners with the university and listen well to them, while also trying to figure out how do we be Jesus and live as a Jesus community on campus. So you can be praying for us as we're trying to navigate that and learn campus.
Okay.
And then, another way that you can be praying for us is we're hosting a big Thanksgiving camp for international students. So it's just full of logistics, but you can join us in praying for us as we try and care for students who are coming into Victoria from outside the country.
Okay.
And then the final way is me and my colleague Terry, who are coming here, are missionaries, and we are financially supported by friends and churches and communities around Canada. And so that's just a clear way that you can be praying about how you can partner with us.
Okay.
So if you want to know about that, I think there will be details probably included along with this somehow.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Normally we have probably happening right now. A little ticker tape going across the bottom. I'm getting a little nod from the crew in the background that's going to be happening. So
no, that's awesome.
we encourage you to check that out.
Yeah, and I'd love to meet you if you want to learn more about Inter-Varsity, whether it's our camps or campuses or what we do with alumni who've recently graduated. I'm a storyteller, so I love telling stories of what God is doing on campus.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for being here. Again, don't run away, because I want to hear about older sister Kim in just a little bit. But, we encourage you to be in prayer. I don't know if you heard what Ellen was saying, sort of caught it, this Thanksgiving little gathering, right?
Yeah.
Like for students who can't travel home, like home's just too far away or whatever.
And it's a beautiful opportunity also for Canadian-born students. It's kind of the sweet spot where Canadian-born students get to witness the global church, or what it looks like to have a global understanding of the church.
Cool.
And that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming and being a part of our pre-service chat. If you want to connect with Alan, we encourage you to do so. I'm going to turn it back to the tech team now for the service.